Hey everyone, welcome back to Bird Talk with Terrence Mathis. I'm William Brandon. Please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel Atlanta Sports Unlimited and turn on those notifications so you don't miss an episode.
Beep, beep,
So
beep.
you see it, we're kind of at this downtime period between mandatory mini camp and training camp.
Right.
And training camp begins about a month from now.
Yeah.
Um, One thing, the Falcons still need to get Kyle Pitts signed.
Yes.
And but with that money left, they have left over, there's still going to be some free agents out there that the Falcons
Right.
might consider signing.
Right.
Any free agents you looking at, General
Well,
Manager?
I, I was looking at their roster. I
Mhm.
was looking at the pre-draft free agency. I was looking at what we drafted and where we are, where the Falcons are right now, and I'm pretty pleased. There's a couple of rooms that I'm really excited about, and that's the linebacker room. I think they did a great job in signing some linebackers there. I think if you want to make a splash, there's uh, the Houston kid in Indianapolis that you can pull over that gives you more stout right there in the middle. I still believe that you move Deion Jones to the outside and let him cover and use his speed to go after the quarterback and have a bigger size middle linebacker in there. I think this year is a make or break year for Dante Fowler. Um,
Yeah.
but I think we did a good job in free agency to see if put some pressure there to either he's going to play well or he's not. Uh, I like the D line room. They've always, with Grady sitting right there, you're fine. But if you want to go get a Geno Atkins from Cincinnati, who's recovering from a rotator cuff surgery, which he's gonna be fine from, he's gonna be ready to play in September. There's a Pro Bowl guy, a veteran guy that you can get who was the Aaron Donald before the Aaron Donald. So that situation is good. Uh, I like what they did in free agency, bringing the safety over from Detroit and the Raiders, and the kid from UCF. I'm sorry, UCF, the Richie Grant, signing him, drafting him. I think the safety room is solid, but if you want to get even better, you go get Vicario from Tennessee Titans,
Yeah.
which Dan Pease is familiar with, and Arthur Smith is familiar with. There's another guy, a Pro Bowl caliber guy that can help you solidify that secondary. So you see, I'm talking all defense right now because right now we've been talking offense, but defense wins championships. I'm an offensive guy, but I know that if we stop the other team from scoring as many points as we do, we win a football game. That's simple math. It's simple math. So defensively, we have to get better defensively. Now, here's my concern: the cornerback room.
I was about to ask.
The cornerback room. Here's something I pulled up. Here's Isaiah Oliver, Kendall Sheffield, and AJ Terrell right now. That's who we really, putting on the island.
Yeah.
Darren Hall, the rookie we drafted, may get some playing time, but other than that, in that DB room, there's nobody out there that you can say you can depend on when the game is on the line. Cover the best receiver on the other team and stop him from getting the first down and keep the drive alive. So, what do you do there? I mean, do you take a chance with a veteran guy like Richard Sherman or Josh Norman,
That's
uh, maybe for a 1 year deal
yeah.
to help these young guys get better, to teach them how to become professionals at their position, to teach that locker room how to become professional and go to the next level? Do you take that chance? Uh, Me, I take the chance. If I'm sitting in that position to make that choice, I'm taking that chance. So there you go with on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, they did some. Whew, offensively, they did some good things. The running back position is phenomenal. You got Patterson, you got Mike Davis. We keep forgetting about Cordell Patterson as a running back slash wide receiver type
Yeah.
returner. So he's that athlete that can do multiple things to help you help your team offensively. So if you let's look at the quarterback room. AJ McCarron, Felipe Franks, backing up Matt Ryan. You know, it's one of those things. Here's the thing: the offensive line room got better. They can get better in free agency. The guard that's at the young guard that's at the Saints right now. I'm gonna give you his name. I've been doing my homework, baby. I've been doing my homework. I'm gonna give you his name, Nick Easton. He's fifth-year guy. Played, I think he can help solidify that offensive line to keep Matt Ryan healthy. Here's the reason why you go get a Nick Easton. He's a guard that sits in the middle who has protected Drew Brees. So he understands how to protect a quarterback, especially a franchise-type quarterback. And there you go in that position. So you're looking at, we're fine at quarterback. We're probably at a B offensive line. We can get to a B plus, A plus if we add one more piece. Running back position, running back committee, we're good. Yeah. Tight end position is solid. It's probably the most solid position on the offensive side of the ball. And you got Kyle Pitts, who's that X factor that can play inside, can play at the end of the line of scrimmage or outside as a wide receiver. Now, here's the room that's interesting. The wide receiver room. And I'm not saying that just because you lost Julio Jones. I'm saying it because of the fact that here's a young room that nobody fears really. Yeah. Calvin Ridley had a great year last year. People are expecting him to have another good year, but I don't believe teams really say that, hey, Calvin Ridley can beat us by himself. You see what I'm saying? He's a really good football player, and I'm not saying he's not going to be that dude where he can beat you by himself. I'm not saying that.
Oh, yeah,
right now, he's not there yet. He can be there this coming season, but here's that room. I'm gonna give you some names. You got Zacchaeus. You just got the sharp kid from the Vikings. You got Calvin Ridley, Russell Gage, and drafted Frank Darby. Yeah. That don't scare you much. You see what I'm saying? That really don't scare you to the point where you say, hey, we have to cover the perimeter because these guys are going to hurt us. And plus, I don't know what's been going on in OTAs or mini camp right now, but who is that lead dog? Who is that dog? Who has that attitude in that meeting room that's gonna push DBs around when things get hard, when he thinks that his teammate has been cheap shot or there's been trash talking? Who's gonna be that guy that's gonna get in the face and say, hey man, we're gonna hit you upside the head for the whole game? Who's that guy? There's no guy in that meeting room. So what do? I got an answer for you. When you go get an Alshon Jeffrey, here's a big target for you. I think that he was unhappy in Philly. That's why his productivity went down. I think he's seen the writing in the wall with the quarterback situation, and he was frustrated. A new mat on the front porch may help him. It may help him to resurrect his career and do some great things. Now, here's an interesting name that you haven't thought about, and his Isaiah Ford was at Miami, came out of Virginia Tech. Here's a guy with attitude. Here's a guy with a defensive back mentality. Here's a guy you want in your meeting room that's going to have your back. Here's the guy you want if you're in a dark alley by yourself and there's people jump out behind dumpsters that you want next to you to fight with you. And that's that guy. That's that guy. And then you have Marquise Lee, who was at Jacksonville from USC guy. He has not yet, he's been in the league for a minute, but he has not yet reached his potential. Here's a guy that can come into Atlanta where not a lot is expected of him, where he can really do really good things in this offensive system. So here's the thing. All in all, all in all, Falcons have done well in free agency. Um, Two rooms that bother me are the two rooms that probably are the most important is the cornerback room and the receiver room, the perimeter. So if we had a guy on the perimeter that was an assassin like Trey Young for the Hawks, would be okay.
The Falcons definitely. I hope they can. I hope that Hawks, whatever it's that vibe can rub off
Right,
on
right,
these Falcons, man.
right.
Speaking of those free agents, so you don't think maybe Golden Tate could be a dog like that?
I think he can, but I think, we have enough receivers like that.
Yeah.
When I say like that, that catches balls in the middle of the field, that just moves the chain.
Mm-hmm.
We need a guy that goes besides Calvin Ridley that can make big plays down the field, that can stretch the defense.
Do you
And
think?
I think Ford could be that guy for you if you go out and get him. I think Zacchaeus with his speed can be that guy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you put Pitts on the outside, he's that guy to do it. And Alshon Jeffries is a guy that can do it. I don't see anybody else on this roster that can do it other than Calvin Ridley. You can't depend on Calvin Ridley to go deep, medium routes, short routes, third down routes, across the middle, to do everything. You can't
Yeah,
ask
he's
him to
gonna
do
need
everything.
help. Exactly.
Mm.
He'll definitely need help.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald.
You know what? I think Larry is content enough to know that if he doesn't get signed, he'll retire. Um, if I had a career like Larry Fitzgerald with one team, that it'd be it for me.
Yeah.
This would be it. You know, it'd be it. I just walk because I'm gonna be in the Hall of Fame in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So I have nothing else to prove. I know you probably still have that fire burning inside of you to play, but yeah. But here in your head, it has to tell you, hey, look, let it go. Pass the torch to the young guys. Look, get your gold jacket and enjoy your retirement.
Well, what about the back to the cornerback room? Former Falcon Brian Poole, he's out there.
I seen that. I seen that. There, and I said that'd be interesting. It's one of those things that it's hard for you to leave a team and then come back to a team, even though it's a new regime. To
Yeah.
come back to a team and fit in again. And the guys will embrace you whatsoever, this or that. But you always remember when you left. When I say when you left, that you leave on good terms, that you have a good season whatsoever. So guys are always look at that. But then they will look at, well, when you left us, what did you do at your next team? Were you that caliber player, that Pro Bowl caliber player where you were? So if you were, hey, come on back and bring that with you.
Well, also speaking of that wide receivers room, there's probably one person I mean, this is probably more of a question for you. Do you think that part of the reason Kyle Pitts is not signed yet is because his agent is trying to figure out how they can, he's going to take this amount of snaps at receiver position. So is he basically trying to garner much money possible for Kyle at this point?
Oh my, yes. He's trying to get that Kelsey Kittle's money. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
To say that, he's really a wide receiver in a tight end's body. That's what they're trying to say. And they're trying to get, but you only can get so much on a rookie deal. You only can get so much on a rookie deal. Go ahead and sign a rookie deal. And the thing is, if in 2 years from now, if you are what we think you are, we'll do something different. But right now, you can't. Here's my thing: get as much as you can get, and get it early, but at the same time, get it done. Get it done and get in camp. You've been there, but once you get it done, everybody's happy, everybody's feeling good. Now it's time to go to work.
Yeah. When you were playing with OJ Santiago, was he ever involved with anything in the receiver room, or if he was involved in a play, it would just be told to him via the tight ends room?
He was never involved in the receiver room at all. The tight ends stayed with the tight ends. I tell you, one player who used to practice with us a little bit was Algie Crumpler.
Okay.
Alfred Crumpler used to come over there with the receivers and do our drills whatsoever, this and that. So Algie was, even though he was a big body tight end, he moved like a receiver.
Yeah.
So and he played like a receiver. He caught balls, broke tackles, and ran for touchdowns. So I think Kyle Pitts is that unique, uh, uh, as we call freakish guy at that position.
Mhm.
Um, that the position has evolved over the years. You've seen with Kittles and Kelsey and uh, Graham has started the whole thing. Former basketball player coming in and do it. So he pretty much was one of those guys that started that thing. And so I think Pitts is they're trying to get the max that they can get on the rookie deal,
Mhm.
and which makes sense. When you pick four, but here's the thing about contracts is this, especially in the first round, you get slotted. So you pretty much have to wait to see what number three signed and what number and five signed,
Yes.
and then you get slotted because if you sign before number five gets signed and five gets more money than you're gonna be upset. You
Yes.
see what I'm saying? So you it's gonna be slotted. So they're probably waiting to see what 3 and 5 is gonna sign for before they make their final offer to the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay. Falcons fans won't have to wait too long. The Falcons did announce they're going to have an open practice at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium August 7th. Not only for season ticket holders, but for the general public as well. It's only going to be $5.
Right.
All proceeds are to charity. When you were playing, did y'all do any open practice at the Dome?
No. That's a new thing that's just happened over the last 10 to 12 years.
Mhm.
The only time we had open practice was at training camp.
Yeah.
We never did any like mock scrimmages or anything for the public or for the fans or whatsoever. We never did that. It was just the only time the fans got to see us in a game type situation was preseason.
Yes.
So this is something new. This is like a fanfare thing to try to gather more fans, season ticket holders, which is a good thing. And it's very controlled. I've been to a couple of them, and for me, I'm sitting there. I didn't enjoy watching it. I don't ever enjoy watching football live from the stands. I just
For
it's
real?
just yeah, it's just
We got to get into that.
it's
Why
not
not?
enjoyable.
Why?
Yeah, it's because I'm analytical. I'm coaching from the stands and I'm looking at things that other people don't. I'm not a fan when I'm watching the game.
Okay.
I'm more a coach, evaluator when I'm watching football games, and I can get frustrated early if I see things that has been done and has not been corrected whatsoever. So I get uninterested because I'm going, what you can almost it's kind of funny. You can tell the flow of a game, how a game is going to turn out. And I can sit at a game and it could be uh, mid third quarter and go, this game over with. Or I can say, oh, there's a chance.
Yeah.
And then if I feel that it's over with, I'm bored now. I'm ready to go home.
So what's it like sitting and watching the game with Terrence Mathis in his house?
Uh, Quiet. There's not much said. When we do have company or if my wife is watching, my wife gets more excited than I do. She's like, ooh, ooh, go, go, go.
Yeah.
And I look at her like, and I just watch it and then sometimes I go, what was that? What
Yeah.
was he doing? What was that call? Well, I go, oh, that was a great call. Great play. Oh my goodness, watch it on replay. Great play. And it's so funny is when I point it out, I'm not pointing out where the ball is. I'm pointing out maybe the guard had a good pull, good block, or the running back stepped up, picked up a blitz, or the tight end pulled two guys to get. I'm like, ooh, he got. I'm looking at all that, and like, how did you see all that? Well, you played football as long as I have a passion for it as much as I do, and coached as much as I have. You see everything, and that's the thing, and that's why I love football so much. Is that I can look at it at broad view out of peripheral and see things that's about to happen or see things that should happen and anticipate what's about to happen. And that's why I love the game so much.
Well, it sounds like you would also be interested. It would be interesting to hear you do play by play because I'm sure you
Uh,
get some insight.
yeah, that would be funny because they'd be like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I'm talking about what's about to happen." Then they go, "Well, what happened on that play?" And I can give you, tell you what happened and what was the mindset and what was the thought. You can kind of see where, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. For instance, uh, you can call a play offensively, and all of a sudden you go, "Man, that almost went for a touchdown,"
Mhm.
or "Oh, he could have hit him." And then I always say, "Oh, they're gonna come back to that. They may not come back to it the next play, but they're going to come back to that because they want to see if the defense rectified the mistake or not." And then usually the next series or so, they come back to it, big play, touchdown, and go, "How'd you know that?" Well, that's what you do. You make sure, look, did they cover it up with a did they cover it up with a band-aid or did they stitch it up?
So, so what does it take to get a high five out of you then during game when you're watching it with
It's
someone?
hard. It's Hey, William, it's hard. It's you won't get one out of me unless you're around me and you force me to do it. I'm not gonna initiate it. Most of the time people around me be like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Okay." you know, because here's my thing, William, about this is when you're a professional, you're supposed to make plays. You see
Yes.
what I'm saying? So when you make a play, I was always taught, why are you getting so excited about something it's your job to do? And I can understand when you one hand catch or catching traffic or break a couple of tackles and get in the end zone whatsoever. Now that's something different. But when you just make a routine catch and you get excited, that's what you're supposed to do. And it's so funny because I coach and when guys make plays and they get excited, be like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I said, "I'm not going to get excited for you. Now, if you'd have climbed his back, did a backflip, and caught the ball, landed on your feet, and went into the end zone, I would have met you in the end zone because that's something you've never seen before. But this other stuff, that's what you're supposed to do."
Well, I hope you get excited when these Hawks are playing. You high fiving them?
You know what? I watched the game last night, and my wife was more excited than I was.
Man, come
I
on
know, man.
now.
They won.
I was up
Okay.
pacing.
But here's the thing. I'm not a Milwaukee Bucks fan.
Mhm. I hope
And
not.
it's one of those things. I want the Hawks to win,
Yeah.
and when they won, inside of me was like, "Yes,"
Mhm.
but the outside of me was like, "Okay, okay, cool, yeah, good, they won." But I'm like, but because here it is, it's one game,
Yeah.
so you gotta even. It's so funny. I'm putting myself in a situation that I'm on the team.
Yeah.
It's one game at a time. I'm not gonna get too up. I'm not gonna get too down about this game. There's a lot of games we played in this series. So okay, we won this one. We got home court advantage now. So if we can still game two, we got a chance to win the series. So that's how I look at it.
No, I agree with you. It's only one game, but like when Trey Young threw the ball off the backboard to John Collins, you had to jump up then.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you did. But here's the thing I know about the NBA. And here's the thing what I know about professional athletes. The Milwaukee Bucks today looked at film of that game. They didn't like that play off the backboard whatsoever. They felt that, "Oh, you trying to show us off." They didn't like the shimmy
Yeah.
before the 3-pointer. "Oh, we don't do that." Mm-mm-mm. So you got veterans like PJ Tucker, who I can see will be probably 60% of the time in game two is going to be on Trey Young, and he's going to be physical with him like he did with Durant.
Yeah.
So I can see that happening. I can see the Greek freak just going crazy and start flexing his muscles a little bit to say, "Hey, young boys, this is my league. I've been two-time MVP." I can see that happening. I don't want that to happen,
Yeah.
but they're going to have to flex their muscles because I thought Milwaukee approached that game like they were supposed to win. And did these young boys from from Atlanta, woo-wee, young boys. See, this is what I like about this Hawks team. They don't know any better. Yeah. They just play. They don't care who they play. We don't care if you're a two-time MVP. We don't care if you've been to the playoffs the last 3-4 years. We don't care that your coach has been one-time coach. We don't care about that. We're just out here playing. I trust my guys. I trust my coach. I trust in my ability, and we're gonna go out here and do what we do. And we don't care who you are. And that's what I'm. When you have a young team like that's that talented, and you have a head coach that understands they're that talented and letting them play. Oh man, that's trouble for anybody.
It is. That energy is something else right now. I mean, we honestly just across the Atlanta sports landscape, we haven't had that type of energy in a while. Maybe since like Michael Vick days. Like that energy is just something else.
Here's the thing, William, is this. You look at their head coach. He's been a great defensive player in the NBA. He's been a really good coach in the NBA. He sat back and waited his time. He has a team that just can flat out play. So with all his experience and him understanding this new generation, because at the end of the day, he's not that old. Yeah, he's probably 54, my age, 55. So he's not that far removed from the game. So that combination, man, with a veteran coach like that, who has played the game at a high level, is been incredible for this organization.
And like I said, speaking of watching the games with you and stuff, looks like you're going over to London so people can.
Yes, October 6th to the 10th, I think it is, that I'm going to be there. Hey, fans, come join us. Go to executivetours.com, sign up. Look, we go play golf. I even go to dinner with you if you like. Just come over, sign up and go. Hey, look, it's going to be a good time. You know, I it's funny because they're playing the Jets. It's my former team. So it's going to be a cool trip because, you know, hopefully I see some of those executives and some of those people that's still in New York that when I was there, and that's going to be fun. And then Blair Thomas, who I played with, we came in together as rookies for the Jets, is going to be there, and I haven't seen him since we played together. Wow. So it's going to be sort of a reunion for me, but at the same time, I'm going to cheer on these Falcons to beat my former team, the Jets.
All right, yeah, definitely. I hope to be out there as well. If I do, we're going to have to do this show on live in London.
That's right. That'd be cool, right?
Yeah, it
would. That'd be really cool. Yeah.
You got anything else for him today, Terrence?
One thing we just finished talking about the Hawks whatsoever. Last week we talked. You asked me for a throwback, and I gave you a throwback, and I gave you just one. You know, Michael Vick. That was the throwback. Here's my throwback: the human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins.
Yes.
If you have never seen Dominique Wilkins play, all you do is go to Google or go to YouTube and pull up Dominique Wilkins, and you will be amazed at some of the things he did during his playing time, which is a good friend of mine. Dominique and I, we go way back, you know, good dude.
Come on and talk about the Hawks.
we can make that happen. We can make that. Matter of fact, we're going to make that happen.
Okay.
I will give him a call, and we're going to make that happen.
All right. That'll be great, man. The human highlight film, slam dunk champion.
Yes.
You name it.
Yes.
Well, everybody, thank you for joining us. This has been another great episode. Make sure you subscribe. Terrence?
Hey, I got nothing for you today. Well, actually, you know, I always have something for you. Here's the thing, is this. I'm going to leave you with this. When you see someone else getting promoted or someone else is getting something that you have dreamed for, stand up and applaud, because knowing that they received it, your chance, your time is coming next. Applaud them and be thankful for their blessings, because your blessings are coming next.
So everyone have a great day.
Right.